I'm going to share exactly what you need to do to beat the Airbnbust.
You are my savior.
Now, if you saw part 1 of this video series, then you'll know that the quote-unquote bust, as some folks call it on social media, is really just a reported dip in short-term rental occupancies since late last year. And this was due to a lot of reasons, but the primary one being an oversupply in Airbnb properties. Now, just because there's an oversupply doesn't mean that people aren't succeeding with short-term rentals, and quite popular to the contrary, there's actually a growing demand of short-term rentals while there is an oversupply of them. So in this video, we're going to be covering how you can specifically stand out from the crowd and allow your property to beat this bust. So like in any industry, when there's too much supply of a certain product or service, competition of the sales gets spread out among all of the suppliers. And that's exactly why so many hosts saw a decline in bookings last year. The good news is demand for Airbnb hasn't gone down, and in fact, experts say that it will continue to grow this year, so you don't need to worry that there is not a demand for Airbnb. There is just an oversupply of properties. But if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll know how to deal with what's happening, prove the doomsayers wrong, and be one of the winners that beat the so-called Airbnbust. So I'll be sharing with you 11 different ways that you can do this. Number 11, don't overreact. First of all, don't panic.
Now breathe in, breathe out.
Anxiety can lead you to make unnecessary changes to your operations, policies, rates, or amenities, which may end up doing you more harm than good over the long run. Now, according to AirDNA, 2021 was an anomaly for the short-term rental industry because there was a short-term rental gold rush happening in the hospitality industry. So if you're going to use a particular year as a specific benchmark or data set, then really it should be 2019. And you might be surprised that short-term rentals are actually seeing a 96% occupancy compared to 2019 levels. Things are just stabilizing now and going back to the pre-pandemic levels. And there's really no need to panic and think that you'll be out of business by the end of the year. If your occupancy and revenues are below 2021 and 2022 figures, it may just mean that the market has slightly changed. Now, economies run in cycles, and markets usually tend to correct themselves. And when they do, they filter out the novices from the veterans, the casual from the serious, and the quitters from the survivors. Sorry to say, but there's always going to be winners and losers in an economic downturn. So my question to you is this: who will you be? If you do your due diligence, which means a lot of serious hard work, and if you keep learning, keep improving, subscribe to this channel, like this video, then you're going to come out of this much stronger. Number 10, study the market. You need to get as much data about your market as you can and study the numbers. Tools like AirDNA, Price Labs, Key Data, Mashvisor, Airbnb, and a host of other tools can help you with this. Look at the current demand in your market. If the demand in your area has gone down, then you know why your numbers are down as well. But if demand has actually gone up, which it has in most parts of the country, then you need to find out what you could be doing wrong or what you could be doing better. Number 9, reevaluate your rates. If your listing hasn't been making the top of search rankings lately, then it could mean that your pricing isn't competitive anymore. Compare your current rates with those of your closest competitors and see if you should make the necessary adjustments to your nightly rates. Alternatively, you could use a dynamic pricing tool like Price Labs or Wheelhouse. Using a dynamic pricing tool will automatically look at the occupancy in your area and adjust your nightly prices for you. A lot of amateur hosts set their pricing as one nightly rate and set it and forget it, or they use Airbnb's smart pricing, which really is smart on Airbnb's terms because it is pricing your property as low as possible to keep it occupied. Now, if 100% occupancy is what you're going for, then shoot, go for that. But if you are trying to maximize how much you could be making from your properties, then using a dynamic pricing tool is probably best. I'll include links to our favorite dynamic pricing tools in the description and any of the other tools I mentioned in this video. Number 8, reconsider your hidden costs. Rethink your cleaning fees. Guess I've been complaining a lot on Airbnb about the hidden fees during the checkout process, more particularly cleaning fees. Make sure you declare all your costs up front, that way you don't lose your guests during the checkout process. You may even consider lowering or removing the cleaning fee entirely, such as if you were to go on Amazon and you were to check out a product, you are still paying for the shipping and handling of that product, but because it says free shipping, you do not see the shipping costs. And that's just because you'd be including that cleaning fee or taxes in the overall nightly rate. So you would just be slightly modifying your nightly rate for your property to accommodate the no cleaning fees. And that's exactly what big short-term rental companies like Sonder have done, allowing them to get back to those pre-pandemic occupancies. Number 7, master the Airbnb algorithms. Did you know that Airbnb recently changed the way that their algorithms work to seek and favor certain types of features features like all-in pricing, best value, listing completion, and even certain words that guests are using in their reviews. So as I mentioned earlier, make sure that all the costs are declared up front. Next, fill in and tick all the relevant fields and boxes in your listing description. This includes amenities, guest access, room-by-room descriptions, house rules, check-in, check-out process, and any charges or fees that may apply. Doing what I just mentioned will help push your listing back up and give you more views. Another thing is guest reviews. Airbnb's AI actually reads the reviews and looks for keywords to match what the guests are looking for. So when you ask for your reviews, try to get your guests to mention specific features or amenities that they particularly liked or that you're particularly trying to feature in your listing. So that way the algorithms can actually read these reviews and help boost your listing when people are searching for specific things. Number 6, offer more flexibility. Many people are worried about the economy right now, which makes them more hesitant to spend money. This would also equate to booking more last-minute trips. Consider making your cancellation fee more flexible, allowing for more late bookers. Number 5, offer discounts. Some of the nice things about these market data tools is that you can actually study the market's booking behavior and look for specific trends. You can find out exactly how much lead time it takes for a person when they are searching for a listing to when they will book and stay at the property. That way you can think of promotional campaigns that are more strategically timed for those specific trends that people are booking in the area. For example, if you look into your market and you see that more people are booking 2 to 3 week stays, then you can specifically offer a discount for people that are staying for 2 to 3 weeks. Likewise, if you look at your market and see that people are booking only 3 to 5 days before actually staying at the property, then what you can use is your dynamic pricing tool to automatically provide more of a discount whenever somebody is booking more of a last minute trip. And you can actually increase the price of your property whenever somebody's booking, let's say, a week or longer out. So that's why I'm saying use a dynamic pricing tool. That way you can maximize your revenue during different times of the year and based on the current supply dynamics. And if you are going to be offering discounts, make sure that you let your potential guests know that they are going to be saving some money if they book now. Sometimes just the psychology of knowing that they are going to be getting a good deal can also prompt them to want to book with you, even if it isn't a very, very big deal. Just knowing that they are saving something can entice them to want to book with you. Number 4, expand your distribution. Make sure that you're not limiting your distribution to just Airbnb. There are some other major platforms out there like Vrbo and Booking.com, but there's also a slew of other more niche distribution channels out there. There's a booking platform for just pet-friendly stays. There's one for families with kids. There's one for glampers. There's even ones for just specifically the LGBTQ community. And there's one for nearly every interest out there. Try to get listed on as many channels as you can to get the maximum visibility and reach. This can be more easily done and managed if you are using a PMS or property management software. That way you can connect your listing to the PMS and then distribute it across multiple different channels. And the nice thing about a PMS is that it will integrate with your calendar. That way you're not getting double bookings. Number 3, add or upgrade some amenities. If you've never offered a free gift or welcome basket to your property, then maybe it's time you consider adding one now. Features that maybe helped you stand out before, like free Wi-Fi, free streaming services, these might be more commonplace things now. Maybe it's time to add a dedicated workspace for the traveling nomads or a pet-friendly space for those family travelers. And how about smart locks for a 24-hour check-in? If you're still having to hand a key to your guests, then that can also be hindering you from getting the bookings that you're looking for. Have you thought about adding a game room or a small gym to your property? In places like Gatlinburg, Tennessee or Joshua Tree, California, amenities like hot tubs and swimming pools are game changers. And yes, they can be costly upgrades, but you can get a much higher ROI since they'll be able to increase your ADR or average daily rates. Whether your budget for upgrades is big or small, just look for some different creative ways that you can provide more value to your guests. Number 2, stand out from the crowd. Unique stays are skyrocketing in popularity because of what they are. Extraordinary. If you can create themed rooms or special places in your property that are unique, then you'll get flockings of guests to your property. This is especially popular for millennials since they are more of the experimental crowd. Millennials are known for wanting to see and do unique new things. So find a spot in your home or yard and deck it out. Just think about whatever vibe your target guest would like. This could be boho style, Mediterranean, Japandi, Hollywood glam. Maybe it's a particular TV show or movie theme, whatever it is that you think would attract attract those types of guests. You could use special furniture, decor, lighting, paint color, even signage. Gen Y and Gen Z love Instagrammable places, so even just a corner or a feature wall, aka a selfie wall where they can take pictures from, can easily boost you more clicks. And be sure to include some of these unique features of your property in your hero images, or just the first images that a person will see when they're clicking on your profile. Number 1, update your listing descriptions. So you probably already know that you should be showcasing the key features and amenities that benefit your guests, right? And I hope that you're also placing some of your best photos in the front and using a professional photographer. But have you considered updating your photos according to seasonality too? Reason being because your winter amenities won't look too hot during the summer. So if you have a patio or a yard, bring out the grill and show photos of that. You can properly stage your backyard to be able to show that this is a place that people can hang out and would want to hang out. You can bring out a swing or some Adirondack chairs. The idea here is really just to market your property the best place according to the coming season. Also, if you see that there's upcoming events in or around your area that you can promote, find out what's happening and see what's new and promote. Nobody's saying that you can't update your listing description whenever there's a popular event happening in your area. The idea is that you want your listing to speak to your guests. You want them to imagine themselves at your property during that specific season, during that specific event, whatever it is, you can modify your listings. And I wanted to throw in one more tip for you guys, and that is to go for super. If you ever go shopping on Amazon, then you know how important the reviews are. Airbnb is no different. Status and reviews count a lot. AirDNA actually says that hosts with superhost status get 25% higher bookings than hosts who don't. And this is at any time during the year. So if you're already a superhost on Airbnb, just try to do your best to maintain your superhost status. And if you aren't yet, then your goal should be to try to get there. And reviews do count. Try your best to get those 5-star reviews. Again, you're in the hospitality business. Not everyone is going to be happy. But if you're seeing consistently less than 5-star reviews, then that probably tells you that you need to do something different in order to get to that 5-star status. Check out this video right here about some of our best tips coming from Airbnb Superhosts.